Okay, so you need a quick, fast meal. What's rule number one?
Rule number one is try to avoid the fast food restaurants as much as possible. They're notoriously high for being very, very high in saturated fat, which is a lead cause of heart disease.
Saturated fat.
And also sodium. They're very
Sodium.
high in salt.
And profit.
Definitely, and profit. So let's start with what you can stock your pantry with that's healthy. Let's first review high fiber foods. Fiber is important for several different reasons. Number one, fiber is the part of the plant that our body cannot physically digest. So when we consume fiber, it kind of leaves like a rake, and it rakes the cholesterol out of our system. So that's how it helps reduce our cholesterol. Well, fiber is also important for a couple other reasons. Once it hits your stomach, it mixes with the gastric juices and fluids, and it expands just like rice does when we cook it. So it's a low-calorie filler, which allows you to stay full for a longer period of time, helps with weight loss if that's one of our goals. Now, all of these cereals are considered high fiber cereals. Generally, if you take a look at a food label, you want to try to find items with 5 grams or more fiber per serving.
5 grams?
The fiber is always listed below the total carbohydrates.
How much do you know what a serving is? Because, you know,
Good question.
from why and I, you know, a serving is...
Right, it's big.
Yeah.
Here we've got a serving size on the top. It says 1 cup. Now let's talk about a few other items. When we're looking at snack crackers, better choices instead of things like Saloon Pilot crackers would be high fiber selections. These are both 3 to 5 grams of fiber or more, and they're low sodium.
Because the Saloon Pilot is what, 2 sodium?
That's a refined sugar. There's really not a good source of fiber
There's
in
sugar
that.
in
It's
Saloon?
white versus whole grain.
I didn't know there was sugar in Saloon.
Carbohydrates, when they get digested in our system,
Yeah.
break down into 100% sugar. So any form of carbohydrates you consume, whether it's rice or pasta or bread or cereal, is going to turn into 100% sugar. Okay, now there's lots of products on the market today, such as whole grain pizza crust.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, this is a thin crust versus one of the deep dish versions.
Oh.
So you could load this up with some low sodium tomato
You know
sauce.
what's weird? When I order a sandwich and they say, what kind of bread do you want? I just find whole wheat to be tastier and don't really order it because it's better for me, but the taste is
You
actually
enjoy the
pretty
taste.
good.
Good. Yeah, I think you'll find a lot of these products actually taste better if you can get by the fact that you're changing what you've been doing for your whole life.
Wow.
Brown rice is a great alternative if you can
Yeah.
switch from white rice to brown.
Yeah, we've done that.
Excellent. If brown rice just isn't tasty to you, you can do half and half. Do some hapa rice.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
Sure.
And they get along in the...
They do. It takes a little bit longer to cook. You usually have to use twice the water and cook about 45 minutes. But there's actually rice cookers now available for hapa rice and brown rice.
And affirmative action would love it.
That's right. So we've also got
Yeah.
whole wheat pretzel sticks, which are on the market now, and these actually
Rolled
taste
gold.
really good.
Wasn't it like celebrities were touting this on TV?
Oh, I'm sure they were.
They were, and it's, wow. And it's actually good for you.
That's right. Fiber is quite popular in Hollywood.
Braided twists.
Yes.
Sounds like a new dance.
We've got many sources of high fiber pastas on the market. These all have at least 6 grams of fiber per serving. Those are some options versus white pasta, which would be the refined sugar and would digest much quicker.
How do they get things everything's like white bread, white things, what do they bleach them? What makes them bad?
Yeah, definitely if something is brown, it's not as processed. White has been bleached and processed. So they're taking the good things out of there and sometimes adding enrichment back in. So it's better just to choose things that are closest to their natural state, which whole wheat and whole grain foods. That's right, that's right. Flaxseed is a very good, healthy source of fiber. It's also a fat. It's an omega-3 fatty acid fat. So flaxseed is helpful in reducing our risk for heart disease because it decreases inflammation in our body. And it's also helpful for people with arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. It helps with inflammation. Really nice, healthy snack alternative is the kashi bars. This particular flavor is my favorite.
Kashi
Pumpkin flax.
TLC bars.
Yes, these are high in fiber. They're low in simple sugars.
Is the cost of this stuff higher than like the bad versions of all of them?
You know, some of these items are going to be a little bit higher. The whole grain pastas are typically a little higher. The pizza crust is going to be a little bit higher. But I'll tell you, Andy, forking out a little bit more money now is going to save you money in the end. It'll extend your life.
And you're actually getting food.
That's right, that's right. Okay, well let's talk about healthy fats a little bit. These are also things you can keep in your pantry. You notice that this is 100% organic or all natural peanut butter.
Free range peanuts?
This is just natural peanuts crushed. You can see the oil has separated
I
and
like
lifted
that.
to the top.
You mix it a little bit?
Yeah. A lot of people would look at this and think it's unhealthy because of the oil separation. However, this particular oil is called monounsaturated fat, and it's a healthy fat, so it's okay for us to consume this in moderation. This would be a much better choice.
Moderation. So that's like a fistful?
No, it's not a fistful or not the whole can.
I'm confused.
2
again.
tablespoons is actually about a serving of peanut butter, and that's pretty sufficient to put on 2 slices of bread for a peanut butter sandwich. Okay, so let's talk about some healthy protein options. Nuts are actually considered a protein as well as a fat, so they are good sources of protein, again, in moderation. We've also got legumes. A lot of our dried beans
sorry,
or peas,
what?
legumes. A lot
Legumes?
That's correct. Our dried peas and our dried beans. Good sources of protein and fiber. Okay, let's talk about some other condiments we can throw quickly into a dish. We've got lots of canned vegetables, and canned vegetables have been notorious in the past for being very high in sodium. However,
Why is that?
they add salt to preserve items in canned goods.
So it's to further their profit.
Right.
And expense of our health.
Exactly. So if it's not feasible for you to purchase a lot of natural fresh vegetables, or if it's too expensive, then we can do the canned vegetables, which say no salt, no sugar added. These are very minimal in sodium.
I see. It's a preservative thing.
It's a preservative. Or also, frozen vegetables are a very, very good alternative. They keep a lot of their nutrient value.
Wonderful on a hot day.